What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. It's another year that's coming to pass, and I wanted to make a quick video for you all to discuss what's going on in the world. Well, 2024 was an interesting year. I mean, in my life, I'll tell you about that, but in 2024, I mean, we saw hair systems in a Deadpool movie. We saw Deadpool 3, and they were embracing hair systems, right? I mean, yes, it was a joke, but at the same time, really interesting to be in mainstream media. We also saw the hair system subreddit, which I own, it's mine, go to 23,000 people just recently, and that's something that's just grown completely natively, organically, something that people are just finding and that they're choosing to join and choosing to ask questions. And there's so many people that are commenting, posting every single day. Pretty revolutionary. I think it's like the number 8 or 9 top like men's beauty based Reddit that's existing in the entire world. And it's really cool to see everybody just sharing their knowledge. It's become super open source, where before you all probably came to channels like mine or channels like Curtis's in the past, and now y'all are helping each other, which is super cool. I feel like a proud parent. It's obviously, I don't own this thing. I never did own this thing, and it's really cool to watch that happen. In that hair system, I also get people systems at a discounted price because I have a kind of like wholesale license. So if you want a hair system at a discounted price, join the subreddit, and inside in the link at the very, very top, you will see a link that I basically tell you exactly how to get a hair system at a discounted price. All you got to do is pick what you want, send me the money, I buy it for you, sends it to your house within 10 days. So all really cool stuff that's going on inside the world. Inside of my world in 2024, I'll tell you about that. And then after that, just a brief message about 2025, what I'm thinking about 2025. So 2024 was an interesting year for me because it's been my first full year being completely, I mean, you can call me nomadic, but I've been inside of Latin America for the past entire year. Mexico, Colombia, now Argentina. And during this time, I've been learning Spanish. I've been learning, man, it's been the hardest thing in my entire life to learn, a year later, and I still feel like a dummy. But been learning Spanish, living inside of South America, Central America. And with that, my life has completely changed. And the values that I have completely changed. Like I've left jobs and work that was paying me a ridiculous amount of money just because they weren't actually taking care of people, which for me, that made me feel good. It's the first time in my life that I've made decisions completely irrespective of money, but only based off of what my personal values are and who I want to be in the future. And that felt really, really amazing for me. It felt like, I definitely took a step forward. I got a tummy tuck, which is something I've wanted to do for like the past 15 years of my life since I got in shape. I used to be morbidly obese and did that. And yes, kind of almost died, but I'm here and I'm still cooking, baby. So that's really cool. And, I'm on the mend. I'm feeling really, really good. Really excited. I'm starting to get the results in terms of, after the surgery, which is really cool. And, my weight is coming down as well. Like, just getting into the best shape of my life, which is awesome. Drank a lot of ayahuasca, which has, I credit to giving me a lot of the clarity that I have inside of my mind and continued clarity. Although some of you may disagree with that, but that's okay. Gained a lot of skills. I've been playing a lot with AI and asking myself, how can I actually help the world move in a better direction and reinvest my time into ways like instead of building businesses, building other people's businesses that continually will not just pay me back, but also help other people. And I'm excited about what the future brings inside of that. And as far as work, like did some pretty crazy stuff. I was number one in sales in multiple companies that I was in. Closed a crazy amount of deals. It was great. But also stepped away. And the number one thing that I'm proud of before we get into 2025 is that I've just continued to step into being vulnerable with who I am in all aspects, like admitting to myself what it is that really matters to me, who I want to have relationships with, friendships, romantic relationships, and pursuing them all aggressively. Which brings me to 2025. If you stuck around this long, my wish for you, my wish for myself, though, is that we attack 2025 aggressively. Like we choose to really have fun with what comes, because there's some things that we can't change. We choose to have fun with what happens, but at the same time that we make some goals and make it the year that honestly we it's the year that you go and take the risk. You know, life is really short, and almost dying taught me how many regrets I would have if I had died this year. And I would have had a lot. So, my thing for this year is I want to take all the risks. And I don't mean stupid risks, but I mean really go for it. If there's something that I want, I'm going to go for it. And if that means for you, right? I'm just talking about you now. If that means go and trying a hair system, go and do it. If it means going and trying medication, go do it. If it means going and getting a hair surgery, go do it. If it means quitting your job and traveling the world like I did, go do it. Make this the year of go do it and surrender to what happens. Surrender to the fact that if you and I choose to make decisions that are most aligned with who we are, that we're going to be happier because of it. Instead of living out of fear, instead of living out of how much money we can make, instead of living out of being afraid that we're going to be alone, instead of living by fear of being ostracized because you got a hair system, whatever it is, fuck all of that. Just go do it. Go do whatever you want. And we'll see at the end of 2025 how it all pans out. And then we'll see at the end of 2027 or 2026 how it all pans out. But the only way that you are going to be happy is if you actually own who it is that you are, what it is that you want. And if you don't know that stuff, you need to go figure it out. That's the process I'm in. And man, life is so much better. Did I have a couple of years of some intense struggle? Absolutely. But in that process, I've become more true to myself and living in the way that I want. And I wish the same for you. So that's all I got for you. Let's continue to spread good stuff about hair systems, continue to help each other. Go get a hair system at a discounted price from LaVivid if you want it inside of my Reddit. Go out and take the risk. I'm going to be taking the risk, and we're going to catch up. End of 2025, we're going to see how things went for us all. So hope all is well. Love you lots. Take care.